What's up guys, Tim Wilson here from Tango 7 Gaming and welcome back to another hot or not course playthrough. Today we're doing Ocelot Hills Country Club and this one has been created by Kyle Pierce. Let's just have a quick look at the scoreboard just so I can show you guys the yardage. We are playing off the furthest tees and they are just under 7,000 yards on this course, 6,901 yards off the black tees. So fairly respectable length course, not over 7,000 yards, so not the longest I've played of late, but that is a welcome change. We are playing with the pro clubs, we are playing with the wind at low as always, and we are playing on pin set number 1. What else did I want to tell you? The course is playing fast in every respect, so greens and fairways are fast and also the greens are firm. So a little bit different to what I've played of late, so we should see the green speed up near that 187 mark, but let's find out when we get down to the green. Let's get this round underway. I ideally wanted this on the left hand side, but it's gone a little bit right, which means that that pin is going to be a fairly tough ask to attack that now because we haven't got a good angle on the flag. Nice looking course from the outset. Looks like it's been set up for tournament play because we've got the stands there. So I would imagine that has been created with tournament play in mind. Playing about 123 yards, so we are just going to ping this straight in there. I lofted it up a little bit, so hopefully that's not going to go too far to the right. Should bounce and check pretty much straight away. Yep, nice approach shot on this first hole, and we are going to have 9 feet for the birdie. So this is the second round that I am playing this week. 170 these greens, so they're not as fast as I thought they were going to be. I think the ones I played last week were medium and they were 179 or 175 or something like that. So 170 greens, got the direction on that putt completely wrong, so we were going to start off with a birdie. We ended up with a par. Yeah, nice looking course. It looks like a parklands course or a course that is set within a city environment because we can see some skyscrapers there on the right hand side. A bit like Liberty in New York. Maybe a few more trees than Liberty, but yeah, it's a nice looking course to start with anyway. We'll see how we go as we carry on, but not an awful lot of room here to stop this ball when it comes down. I've hit it nice and straight. Question is it going to check up or is it going to roll out? They are firm and fast, so I think it's probably going to just roll into that fringe area on the green there. We should be able to putt though. I don't really want to be chipping if I can help it. Not a lot of change in elevation. Let's have a look at the direction change. Left to right to start with and then right to left. Probably more right to left than left to right. So I'm just going to ping this on the right hand edge. And we've got 36 feet, close enough. Should start to turn. And that is why I putt from the fringe and not chip, because the likelihood of getting it in is greatly increased when you can keep the ball on the floor. Par 3, 332 yards, so really short par 3 here. Once again, not crazy slopes or anything on the green, on the fairways. It's a nice looking golf course. I don't know whether it's real. The name would suggest it's fictitious, but I could be wrong there. I'm going to try and ping this into the green. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to get there, but it's going to be close. Question is that tree going to hamper? No. It's going to be damn close to the green. I think we're going to have a flop shot, that's for sure. Yeah, we've definitely got a flop shot. 37 yards. It's probably playing 39. We're on an upslope, so that's going to take a little bit out of it. Oh, I've hit it fast. Is it going to stop it? That's okay. Nice short hole. It's nice to see short par fours for a change. People tend to do these really long par fours nowadays that are, you know, close to or above 500 yards, which I mean, they're pretty tough. So it's nice to see par fours that are under 400 yards, closer to the 300 yard mark, that give you a good opportunity to score on the hole. You would find that par fives are definitely the kinds of holes, or the par of hole that you would most likely score on. But it's nice to have a really good scoring par four, giving yourself a good opportunity. I mean, that is probably an eagle attempt if you've got the master clubs, because you're definitely driving the green. Par five, just shy of 600 yards, 565. If we can get this a decent way down the fairway, I still think it's going to be too long for me to reach the green in two. Yeah, it's still going to be 270 odd. 272, it's still too long. We are going to have to may be able to get there, but do I want to leave myself a monster of a putt? I'm going to ping this back to the 4 hybrid and leave it short. Going to be closer with a flop shot than I am with a... Ooh, slow up. Yeah, going to be closer with a flop shot than I am going to be long range putting. In fact, that's given me a pitch because it's a little bit further than I thought it was going to be. Played that pretty well. I'll take that. And that, I don't think I could have got any closer with the putter. 4 feet is a pretty good attempt, and that should be a tap in for a birdie. So that is back to back to back. We are 3 birdies on the bounce now. Playing much better than I did in the previous round. I had a very poor round when I played last time. Didn't take anything away from the course though. It was a cracking course. It was a very warm course, not quite a hot. If I'm honest with you, first impressions of this one, I'm really enjoying it. A lot of change in the fairways. A lot of risk-reward shots. As I said, that par 4 at just over 300 yards. Favourable wind and a decent length club, the master clubs, and you are driving that green and leaving yourself an eagle opportunity as opposed to a birdie. So I quite like the change in the fairways. These slopes, they're not aggressive slopes. They're nice flowing slopes. So that's really appealing. It does add to the visual effect of the course. We've got a nice high sun today, not a low sun. Mind you, we'll have a look when we turn around. It looks, those shadows look quite long, but I don't get the impression that it's a low sun. It may be that it's an afternoon or a morning. I'm going to try and ping this in low. Should roll out. Still a little too long. That's gone 193. Alright, we have got a birdie attempt. 14 feet, little tougher than the last couple. Now that sun, is that sun behind the trees there? It looks like it is quite low actually. Turn. Probably hit that a bit too hard. It's rolled on a good 5 feet past the flag. Now let's tap that in. Hole number 5 done. We haven't dropped a shot yet. Touch wood. Let's keep the momentum going. No, I don't think that sun is low. It's a nice bright day. Really nice bright day. And that's what I've been saying on a lot of these other courses. You know, if you create the course well, you don't have to rely on lighting to add anything to your course. This is a nice looking golf hole. I do like that. I really do like that effect. If you look as we move forward to the green here, that bit, let's zoom out, that bit there behind the green, the little sort of pathway between the advertising that goes off to the next tee. I really, really like that. Really like that. Ooh, see, this is a great hole because that bunker is very, very strategically placed. Driver, 270 yards, not going to be getting over there. Master clubs, most definitely. You're going to be pinging that somewhere over there, maybe. But I'm going to drop this back. 2 clubs. It is a short par 4. It is just over 340 yards, so we don't have to be too aggressive off the tee. I don't mind. I'm not shy to come back a couple of clubs. Give myself 100 yards, 110 yards into this green. Because if you hit a decent shot with a sand wedge or a lob wedge, you're going to get it close to the flag anyway. That's probably playing about 114. Let's have a look at the green, see if there's any vicious slopes. No, we want to make sure we get it there though, that's the thing. That's my only fear here, that I haven't given it enough beans and I don't get it there, and I think I've done exactly that. No, we've got a favourable bounce. It's just bounced out of the fringe onto the green. Left ourselves a 10-foot putt. I probably could have de-lofted it a little more, got it a little closer. But that's okay. We have the birdie. It was a fairly straightforward putt. Par 3, 7th hole. I'm going to say the 6th for me is my feature hole, my signature hole so far. This one's a nice looking golf hole as well. Looks like we've got a 2-tiered green here. Let's zoom in. So it's guarded in the front by all these bunkers, guarded left as well by that kidney-shaped bunker. That pin position's pretty tough based on where it is. Anything short, you're going to come back down onto this lower level down here. Anything long is probably preferable, purely because of that slope and that little bit of a backstop that you've got there. So we want to be aiming pretty much at this flag. Maybe landing it a little bit short and hoping for a good bounce. Might be a little right of the flag, but distance is perfect. Yeah. And that's going to leave a fairly flat putt actually. Yeah, 15 feet, no change in elevation, a little bit of right to left. Definitely makeable if you're on form putting wise. Which I am not quite. Didn't quite make that. But yeah, definitely that 6th hole with the tee to this 7th par 3 is definitely my favourite hole so far. Hole number 6. Hole number 8, par 4, 447 yards, playing. Oh, wow. A good 23 yards shy of that at 424. So this is probably what you would regard as an average length par 4, 400 to 450 yards. Get it down there, 280, 290, then you're going to be leaving yourself 150, which for me would probably be, I mean, that would probably be an 8 iron. 140 yards is an 8 iron for me in real life. It's giving me a 9 iron and it's pretty much bang on the yardage. Slightly into the wind. I'm going to loft it ever so slightly. I've pulled it a bit. Is it going to make that much of a difference? I don't think so. It's going to hit the front of the green. Yeah, absolutely spot on. Once more, no change in elevation. Almost zero lateral movement, slightly left to right. We're going to tap that in for a birdie. I think that takes us to 5 or 6 under for the front 9. Let's have a look. 5 under for the front 9, and we finish off with a par 5. It's always nice coming into the clubhouse with a par 5. I also do like a par 3 coming into the clubhouse as well. It tends to be the exception rather than the rule. A par 3, 9 times out of 10 it tends to be a par 5. Nice decent drive. I don't think I've hit a fast on the downswing yet today, but again, touch wood, that doesn't happen. Have we got enough juice to get into the green here? We may have enough. We're going to need a good roll. I think I'm going to do what I did last time, and I'm not even scared to do this. I'm not even embarrassed to do it. I think it just gives me a better opportunity at the birdie, especially because that was a 2-tiered green, and I don't know how steep that slope is. If I'm putting up a 2-3 foot hill, and it is 50, 60, 70 feet away as it is, it does make it very, very much harder. Only question is I need to make sure I get this pitch shot correct. Good thing is there is a little bit of a backstop behind the flag, which means if I do go long, it is going to stop it and potentially roll back. But we've come up short, which is good. 9 feet. Once more, no change in elevation, a little bit right to left. And that is going to finish off the front nine with a birdie. So 6 under through 9. Definitely better than my previous round, but I think it's an easier course. And I think the difficulty change between the last course and this course is all down to yardage. These greens, the greens aren't as tough as well. There's none of those sort of upturned saucer type greens. They are tough. You need to land them in the right place. I think I'm just playing better, and that's represented in the score, but I also think the course is a little bit easier. Right, let's get on to the back nine. That was quite interesting on the scorecard. I just saw that as I came into this back nine. Let me just see if I can show you guys what I saw. Yeah, first 4 holes on the back nine are all par 4s, which is quite unusual because you normally break it up with a 3 or a 5 straight away on the back nine, but excuse me, all the interesting stuff happens in the second half of this back nine. Par 3, par 5, par 3, par 5. So that's quite interesting, 14 through to 17. But let's get this back nine underway. A little bit of a tricky landing area here. The good thing is that that area there, moving that forward, does slope from right to left. So hopefully if we do get in that area, the ball will move round to the left-hand side. I think we are going to be in that area. The wind's going to blow us over there. The slope should bring me round. Yep, there we go. Only thing is we're going to have the ball's going to be above our feet here. Look at that, massive slope. It's only 46 yards. Another one of these short par 4s. Tricky though. Look at that huge false front on that green. So we need to make sure we get this right up there. It's playing about 51 feet, so I am going to change this to a pitch shot. There we go. Yeah. Playing? No, it's not playing. It's playing 49 yards. But I'm still going to play this pitch shot. And that is exactly why. I am playing much better today than I did the other day. I think I was just really rusty after not playing for the best part of a week. So good start on the back nine. Next one, 454 yard par 4. So what you would expect from a par 4. It is playing today 447, so almost bang on the yardage. Slight dog leg to the right. Let's have a look at the pin location, see if we can... it's smack bang in the middle of the green. We don't have to worry too much about the positioning of the ball from the tee. Let's just get it down there in the middle of the fairway. .296, 154 into the green, 8 iron. Smack bang on the yardage. I may even loft this one all the way up because we do have a slight tailwind. Gonna loft this all the way up just to see if we can slow it down a little. Still going to be long. It's going to be quite long actually. It's going to go into the rough. Don't like that at all. Whoa, slow down. It's going to hit that slope. It's going to hit that slope. And that's exactly my point that I made earlier. Where I always try and putt from off the green, but sometimes it's not possible when you're in a 65 to 72% lie in the rough. You could do nothing but chip, but you run the risk of, I mean, look, I had that much green to work with, and anything long, you know, you can see the beads as soon as you hit a yard past the flag. In fact, the beads are moving there already, so I was on a hiding to nothing there, really. It's fairly straight up that hill, you know. That wasn't far away, but once more, I've gone pasting past the hole, 10 feet downhill now. So we stop the bleeding and we end up with a bogey. So that has tainted the scorecard with a red number, but we're going to crack on regardless. Now that is a drivable par 4. Even for me, 269 yards. Really does mix things up. It really does. I like it a lot. I mean, if you were playing master clubs, you would have to drop that down to a 3-wood to get that to stop. But this is going to be long, even for me. And I'm playing with the pro clubs. That was 270. I've fully lofted that and it went 285. Question is, what do we do here? I think I'm going to flop this because I am in the rough. I mean, this is not a given. It's a good thing that I actually hit the flag there because I hit a fast on the backswing, and that generated a little bit more pace than I wanted to. But we managed to pick up the birdie. Interesting hole, that one. Very, very much risk reward for the club choice off the tee. Hole 13, 461, so a little bit of a longer par 4. Only playing 428 today, and that's probably due to pin location. Still, number 6 is my hole of choice for a signature hole. Haven't seen anything better yet, but we've got a couple of par 3s and a par 5 couple of par 5s coming up, so we may get something that is a feast for the eyes. Just wanted to have a quick look at the lie there. Strange that that 4-mile-an-hour wind has pushed that so far to the right. 18 feet for the birdie, so not an easy one. Should start to turn. Yep, we're in. Alright, so birdie after the bogey is always good. Very, very... in fact, 2 birdies after the bogey. So what would have been a... mind you, I suppose 11 and 12 cancel one another out. So we are still going nicely. Alright, we're going to get into the interesting holes now. Par 3, 14th, stroke index 1. Didn't quite see how many plays this had, but... I would imagine that that stroke index is not correct because that does not look like a tough hole. Let's zoom in. Yeah, that does not look like a tough hole at all. We definitely want to be right of the flag here. 159. I'm going to leave it exactly as it is. This is one that we want to be dead straight on. Let the wind do the work if it needs to. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold the green? Not quite. I think I'm going to putt from there though. It's got a very, very slight false front. That was probably a yard from being absolutely perfect. This is all uphill, 1 foot uphill, and it's all right to left, so I still don't think, I mean, even though I didn't play it particularly well, I still don't think it's a stroke index 1. But I didn't play that one particularly well, and that was because I was hitting out of the rough. But got 8 feet here for the par. Yeah, and that's safely in for the par. All right, hole 15, par 5, 584 yards. Off the tee, when you're down here, that's a blind tee shot. I suppose the one thing that I would expect somebody to do when you've got a blind tee shot, top of the hill here, put a stake in the middle of the fairway. That's normally what you see when you've got a blind tee shot, just to give you an idea of where you're aiming. I know you've got an avenue of trees here, but you never know what happens to the fairway when you go beyond that tree line. I've hit a fast. That's the first one I've done today. I think I might get away with it though. Am I going to get away with it? I am. That's only because the fairway moved in the favour of the bounce. We're not going to be making the green in 2. There's a slope here. I'm going to try and aim for that bit of fairway. I mean, this is a huge risk. Right, it moved left off the deck. And it went left with the wind, but I think it's, there's a little bit of a slope there on that fairway and it kicked to the left, but it's alright, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. What we need to make sure we do now is get that up and over that slope in the green, and that's why I have elected to go for that still might not be enough, you know. I'm going to go for the 71 yards. And that's all because of the lie and that slope. A little bit fast on the downswing, but it's okay. I think long was probably better than short there because it could have ended up coming back down the slope. Left myself a tricky little 16-footer here for birdie. Turn, turn, yes. Okay. Putting's a bit hit and miss today. I've missed a couple of 9-10 footers, but I've sunk some decent length ones, so not too displeased. Into the happy hour holes, the Triple H, 16, 17 and 18, the final stretch. Still think number 6 is my favourite looking hole so far. This one's quite nice with a little bit of a skyscraper backdrop there, but it still doesn't quite match the previous one for me. As I say, everybody's got their own favourites probably. But that one for me is definitely my favourite. And I don't understand why that went so far right when I yanked it left. Right, we're in the fringe. It's okay. Might have to chip through a lot of fringe here though, or putt through a lot of fringe. No, it's not too bad actually. Not too bad at all. I'm going to putt. As I said before, I prefer putting. Putting through more fringe than I would probably like to do. 21 feet, no change in elevation. Came up a little shy last time, so I'm going to give this a few more beans. Probably too much, and now I've left myself a horrible putt coming back. Oh wow, that is 17 feet past the hole. So now I've left myself a tricky putt here to convert the par. And I'm probably, unless this dies at the end... Yes. Oh, once, as I was saying, you know, I haven't converted many short putts, but I've hit a couple of 16, 17 to 20 feet putts, and those are the ones that make the difference, especially when they are par saves. Hole number 17, 550 yard par 5. Dog leg, huge dog leg to the right by the looks of it. Yeah, massive dog leg to the right. We are going to be taking this corner on. Let's just have a quick look at that landing zone. Just want to make sure this is going to kick forward. It is. Question is it going to get up and over that tree? It is. Now we just need it to kick forward. Yep. Absolutely spot on. All right, 254 to the flag, probably playing 261. Not going to take that on. I'm going to play smart once more. This has been a complete smart round. Albeit there has been some risk-reward shots with those really short par fours, especially heading towards the green. I have taken some of them on. They haven't always come off. You know, that par four that was 270 odd yards, it didn't quite work. I ended up going out the back of the green and managed to get away with a birdie there. But on the par fives where I haven't been able to reach the green into, I haven't even tried to chance it. I've just taken my medicine, pulled it up short, and tried to capitalise on the birdie attempts as opposed to doing something stupid for the eagle. That swing line was horrific. It felt bad when I actually played it as well. I've left myself a tougher putt than I would have wanted. 10 feet, it's going to swing now. Too much swing. Gone 3 feet past, so we've taken a par 5 that was not too difficult, and we have only managed to pick up a par there. And we head into the final hole, which is a par 4. 18th hole, pretty much dead straight, arrow straight. Nice little view on the right hand side of the skyscrapers there. Definitely going to stick with hole number 6 as my favourite hole. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See if when you play this course, whether you have any difference of opinion to me with regards to which is the most visually appealing hole. I like this one. I do like this one as well. But I still think I prefer 6. Relatively short par 4 again. We're coming in here with a sand wedge. I hope I haven't taken too much off of that. I need it to land and stop. Land and stop. Yeah. I probably took a yard too much off of that, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. 13 feet. Can we finish with a birdie? Simple answer is no. We're going to finish with a par, but it's a decent round. A very decent round. That's a 9 under par. I think it's going to be a 63. Let's have a quick look. 9 under par, 63. 6 under on the front, 3 under on the back. So little bit tougher on the back 9, or I didn't play as well, and we also had that bogey thrown in there for good measure. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Yeah, there we go. Fairways in regulation, 92, which is where it should be, up there in the 90s. Greens, not so great, 77. So that's not where I want to be. And the putts per hole, down below 1.5, so that's okay. Overall, rating-wise for this, I'm going to give this one a very warm, exactly the same as what I gave the previous course. This one, even though it's short in the yardage, it's not a walkover. It's definitely not a walkover. And I think if you had some real sort of decent headwinds, tailwinds, and crosswinds, it would make this course incredibly challenging, even though it is under 7,000 yards. So I'm going to give this a very warm. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, leave some comments in the box below, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you like this kind of video and you want to see more like this, and switch the notification bell on if you would like to get notified when new videos get posted up online. Until next time, guys, take care. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye now.